Hey troops, Roxee here and welcome to Roxee Plays Games and welcome back to another episode of F1 Manager 2022. As always, if you like this video, please do give it a like. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you know when new videos come out. Right, I left you here in the last episode. It was a long one, a lot longer than I originally predicted, but basically it was just a team setup, getting it all sorted out, doing our purchases and upgrades and etc. Now we're actually starting the race weekend. So we can see our track, we got our weather forecast, we got our sponsorship obligations, and then we've got our various different reports. Let's click on continue. Right, this is where things now start getting, let's say, interesting. This is where we're going to do all of the tweaks to the car and make it as good as we possibly can. Obviously, my main focus is going to be getting Vettel. I need to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Couldn't get to the mute quick enough then. My main focus is going to be improving Vettel, but obviously we want to improve Lance as well because it is a team event and we want to improve the team as well as each driver. So, don't need to do too much. So we've got three things that we need to improve during practice and qualifying for the race. Track acclimatization speaks for itself. How knowledgeable are they on the particular track? Each race, even if they've done it the season before, each race will start on 0%. Car parts knowledge, again 0%. Setup confidence, obviously when you hover it does say on the right hand side what each of those mean. Setup confidence, that is to do with the setup of the car, and we want to try and get that to 100% basically. I'm going to be honest with you, after a bit of practice, I've struggled to get this to 100%. I think the highest I've got it to is like 98%. Anything over, I'm going to say anything over 85% is going to be good. Anything over 95% is going to be excellent. Obviously, if you can get to 100%, then that is just unbelievable. But this will equate to performance bonus. And the performance bonus is the total boost that the driver gains from their track acclimatization, car part knowledge, and setup confidence. And what that's basically going to do is improve their bonus that they get. Not money bonus, but knowledge. Right, so we're going to start off for this practice on a set of we're going to go on hards, okay, because we can get 2 lots of practice done in this session on one set of hard tyres. We could probably do it on one set of mediums, but we won't be able to do it on one set of softs. So we're going to go out on a set of hards. We are going to be doing 20 laps so that we've got plenty of laps to make sure, because what happens is they will give you feedback, and if you come back in, and I'll show you that when we actually get out there, if you come back in before the feedback is complete, it will then reset and then you have to go back out again. So obviously you're going to be wasting all of that time. Although they will gain track acclimatization and car part knowledge, their setup confidence won't improve. Right, car setup. We're going to start both of the cars off on the same settings. Excuse me. And then we will have a look at this and adjust as necessary. Right, Milo's just come in, he's just been outside, so if you hear any weird noises, that is him. At the moment, where is the Milo cam? He's just, well, you can't really see him now, he's just drinking his water at the moment, and he's got his little teddy that you can see just in the corner. Right, let's get back to the game. Okie dokie. Right, so we're going to start both of the cars off in the same settings. We'll adjust what we need to. So what you got is you got 5 settings: front wing angle, rear wing angle, anti-roll distribution, tyre camber, and toe out. Each of these will change a certain thing, and you can see on the right hand side is telling you what it's doing. That will affect the oversteer, braking stability, cornering, traction, and straights. The only one that doesn't affect straight, well, not the only one. So this affects everything, this affects everything, and this affects everything apart from straights. This affects everything apart from straights, and this only affects braking stability and cornering. So each one has got their different tweaks. And what you have to do is you have to play with these sliders on this blue bar, and you put them into a certain area. You obviously want to try and keep them on the blue bar where you can. You go out, you do your however many laps until you get the full feedback. You come back in, it will give you a feedback telling you how they feel about it, and it'll show you here whether it's bad, good, great, optimal. I can't remember if there's another one. It'll give you feedback anyway. Actually, I'll tell you what. So you've got optimal, great, good, bad, bad too high, and bad too low. Obviously, we want to get it in the optimal, but great will be acceptable, in my opinion. So optimal is the best, great is acceptable, good is okay, but not where we want it. So you have to play with these sliders. And then what will happen is the blue bar will shrink over time, and then by the end of P3 it will be a tiny little bit, and you've got to try and tweak it a little bit. So we're going to go for 411, 6.4, negative 3.4, and let's go for 50 in the middle. So that's what we got there. So that's car 1 all ready to go. We're going to do the same on car 2. So compound, we're going on hard. We're going on 20 laps. The reason why I'm saying 20 is because sometimes 15 laps isn't enough. It might be. You might be able to do it in 12 laps. But 20 laps means that you've got plenty of laps. And the track acclimatization does take up quite a lot of laps. So you need to make sure that you've got enough laps to make sure you get the 100% track acclimatization. These two here are reasonably easy to get 100%. This one here isn't so easy. But this on its own is like a mini game. There's lots of mini games within this game, and that's what I like about it. It's a thinking man or woman's game. It's not something that you can just jump into and play, race around, and put it on easy settings, and that's it. You really do have to think what you're doing here. Otherwise, you'll never ever succeed, unless that's your intention is to not exceed. Right, we've got both cars all set up and ready. I'm going to quickly just pause it here, just while I go and sort Milo out, because he looks like he's trying to eat the house. And I will be back in a second, and we will go to practice 1. Right, that's him sorted out. I've got myself a quick drink as well. And now he's going to start annoying me, aren't you? No, you can't get on my knee, mate. You're too big for it. It was alright when you was little, but now you're a bit too big. Yeah, so hard compounds, car setup, settings done, and laps, 20 laps. We can also as well choose what pace mode. So if we wanted to test out tyre degradation to see how many laps we can do at a certain pace mode, then this is where we can do it here. If I get the car set up correctly to as close to 100% as I can, then I may do that. But for now, we just need to get the car setup done so that they're all happy. Certainly, acclimatization and car park knowledge needs to be 100%. Wow, my words aren't working. Right. You've got two options here, and this is why I chose not to go for the tutorial, because at this point she doesn't let you manage the practice, she will make you simulate it. So everything we've done there is then going to be simulated. Now you can click on simulation, it does work, it will still give you a feedback, but you won't be able to do any changes until practice 2, and the same again, any changes in practice 2 won't, you can't change until practice 3, or look at them until practice 3. But what it will do is it will give you less feedback, and it will also give you less percentage on the acclimatization and car park knowledge. So I would strongly suggest not to simulate unless you just don't have the time and you just want to smash through it as quickly as you can. Then yeah, or by all means you can still do it. It will work. You just won't get 100% of the feedback. And you can simulate all 3 practice all the way through to qualifying if you really want to as well. But again, if you do that, you're not going to get the feedback. So the drivers won't be as confident basically in the car, which is going to affect how they perform. We're going to manage. Are you sure? Yes. Let's confirm. Have a quick slurp of my drink.
Yeah, loud and clear.
It's green now.
Right, what have we got? We've got our. Can I hide you? Not just yet. Oh, there we go. Right, so we've got all of our drivers. We can go from leader, tyres that they've got, and percentage. I'm the only one. Oh no, Magnussen is on hard as well. The rest are all on softs. So we've got tyres, we've got sectors, we've got last lap, we've got laps done. We've got the intervals in between each of the drivers. I want to be on this one. We've got our race information, so lots of stuff going on here. First of all, we've got standings, lap history, tyre history, events, sponsors and reports. Okay, basically this is just our reports tab. We then just got our normal drive, I guess, or race page, and finally we've got a bit more of the information for our strategy. Obviously there's not really much of a strategy going on because it isn't a race, but when we're on the race we'll be able to click on what laps we want to come in, what tyres we want to go in, as one of the cars drives past me. Got the 2 drivers, cars, and then track information. You can see all the information that we need to know for the track. But this is where we're going to spend most of the time for practice and for qualifying. What we've got down here, so we've got 2 cars, we've got lots of information going on here. We can click send out, or we can click on reconfigure if we want to do any changes. That just brings us back into the car hut, I'm going to call it. What is the garage? The car hut, wow. Back into the garage where we can do tyre changes and setups, but we just want to send them out, so we're going to send Vettel out first. And there goes Vettel, and we're on camera for Vettel. We can change the camera over to Stroll once he's out. Oh, matter of fact, we can do it now. Oh, well, there we go. So we can actually click on him and have a look what's going on. We've got different camera views, so we can do the head cam that you see on a lot of the F1 race days, or even qualifying and practice days. And then you got this one. Right, let's send Stroll out. Let's watch him coming out. There he goes. We've got replays going on, we'll have a look at them later on. Man are having a shake, and now he's playing with your little dinosaur toy. Right, so like I said, you've got different camera angles, and you've also got the overview of the whole track, so you can see all the different cars, where they are. That's obviously the garage is here, start, finish and line, which is around about here, I think. So yeah, you got that going on. What else can I say? Oh, and you got you can pause, play, speed up time, all the way up to 16 times. You can't, however, be in this view at 16. It'll do 1 and 2, but then if you click on 4, it goes to this view. Just for your information. Right, so what information have we got for our cars? Starting from the top tab, we've got this information here, which is going to give us, if we click on this, it gives us our pace commands. Click on this one, going to give us our fuel commands. Then we click on this one, it's going to give us our ERS commands. So going back, we can go attack, aggressive, standard, light and conserve. This is going to affect our lap time, so aggressive is going to be a lot quicker. Aggressive is going to be quicker. Standard is just going to be as it is now. Light is going to slow us down, and conserve is going to slow us down quite a bit. What effect is that going to have on our tyres? The degradation is going to be a lot more aggressive. It's going to be aggressive, it's going to be okay, that's going to be good, that's going to be very good for our degradation. So it depends on how we want to do it, whether we want to go really far but slower, or we want to go really fast but not be able to go as far. You can click on this eye and it does give you a bit more information as well on what it's going to be doing on these different things. What's Milo doing? What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? He's looking at me like he's done something naughty. Right, so that is our pace. Fuel, same again, we can push, we can go balance, or we can conserve, and that's just going to affect our speed, not massively, but it will affect how much fuel for the lap that we have. And then finally, ERS. We've got overtake, so basically it's going to use up more battery trying to overtake, but it's not going to be constantly on. Defend, that's going to use more battery if someone's going to try and overtake us and we're using defense. Deploy, this is going to use the most battery because it will basically use up the whole battery for a whole lap. It will mean that at the end of the lap your battery is going to be completely depleted. Yes, when you cross over the line you get a chunk of battery back, but you don't get 100% back. You only get, I think it's something like 20%, 25%, something around about that area, maybe even 30%. It's not 100% back, so you use up 100, you're not getting 100% back. So then you have to kind of think of how to recharge your battery for when you really do need it. This is kind of you don't want to be using this all the time, otherwise you won't be able to use the battery to overtake or defend when you need to. Neutral, it's neither here or there. It uses a bit, it recharges a bit throughout the lap, so that by the time you get back to the start-finish line, it will be on roughly the same as what it was when you crossed the start-finish line. And then harvest, that's just recharging your battery, so it won't use it up, but it will charge it back up. Obviously we're going to keep it on neutral for this. So that is on this tab here. We go down one, we can then have a look at our parts. We've got the condition of our wheels. We can look at our powertrain, which is the engine, ERS and gearbox. Powertrain temperature. We can put on here avoid curbs and driving clean air if we want to cool the car down for the tyres and obviously all the ERS bits and pieces, and then we can see whether we got any damages on that, and it will give you some indication down here. This is where we can call our car in and we can see how close we are to the pit entry line. So you can see Vettel's just gone past it now, so now he's got to go all the way around 5 kilometers before he can come back in again. And then finally we got our driver bits and pieces, so we can see our driver, we can say don't fight the teammate and hold cars back behind us. We got our different timings that we can have a look at and obviously see who's just behind us and in front, and our sector colours, and then telemetry. I don't really look at this this tab too much, but it's interesting. We can see what gear we're in, what speed we're in, kilometers and miles per hour. I generally spend most of my time in this tab here, certainly when it comes to the actual race. As Milo, what are you doing? Oh, you want typical. I'm doing a recorder and he wants to play. It's always the same, isn't it? When you want a bit of peace and quiet. End of the last episode, he needed to go to the toilet, but I did get through a good 40 minutes or so before he woke up and wanted to go. Right, so that's driver 1, and then all the same information on driver 2. Right, what are we looking at? Setup confidence. At the moment, it's got 2 chevrons out of 5. This needs to be full so that we can get full feedback on our setup confidence. If we come back in before this is full up, it will then reset back to 0, so we will then have to go back out again.
Yellow flag 15, yellow 15.
Okay, yeah, we will have to go back out again and get this all filled back up. Waste time, waste laps. Okay, and then that's basically what this is here. So we've got 2 out of 5, and we can see that on there, 2 out of 5, and Stroll is on 1 out of 5. This is a long process. I'm not going to sit here for an hour, well 3 hours for the 3 practices, watching this. We are going to go on 16 times speed until these go to 5. I've got the settings where if something happens it goes back down to 1. I like it on that just in case it's something that I need to react to.
Sounds like someone's locked up.
Let's watch a replay.
Here's the replay. Now let's have a look. It's Lance Stroll. Just a bit too heavy on the brakes and they've locked up.
The replays are pretty good. You know, it's not real. But I would say the replays and the camera views are pretty much as good in this as they are in the F1 game. Sometimes I think it's a little bit better. But yeah, right, let's go on to 16 times until we're on 5 out of 5. And then the engineer will ask the driver for some information. Milo keeps passing me his toy to play with. Right, 3 out of 5. Vettel, I locked up there, I'm trying to keep it steady. Okay, just keep it going, mate, just keep it going. We need to get these on. Vettel, what? Yeah, I don't need to watch the replay. So this is all it is now. It's just getting these feedbacks up to 5 out of 5. Once you're happy with this setup, it's then the case of getting your track. Oh, I wish it wouldn't do that. Your track acclimatization to 100% and your car part knowledge to 100%.
Smash, any thoughts on setup options?
There you go. So that's our first. Car was great. Right, so let's call him in because we're on 5 out of 5. We're only on 7% and 10%. So let's call him in. Confirm.
How's the balance?
Right, and now we've got the same for, yeah, good job with the car. Let's call him in. Right, this is where we're going to go back to our mini game. So let's go down to 1 speed as the cars are in, and let's start off with Sebastian. So you can see it says invalid configuration. So we need to sort that out. We've not got enough fuel. When you come back into the garage, it will automatically refuel the car. All you need to do is change the tyres if you want to change the tyres. We're going to keep on that. We're on 70%. We can do another X amount of laps. We can certainly do 20 laps. We've got 27 laps of life in there. So change the tyres, which we don't need to do. Change the car parts if we need to do any of that. And we need to do some adjustments to this. Now, as you can see, the information, the feedback we got is good, great, 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 good. 83%. We could leave it at that. That's okay. You know what I mean? He's going to finish the race. He's not going to win. He's not going to win anyway, even if they're all an optimum. But we want to get it as best as he possibly can to stand the best possible chance of doing well. I'll quickly slurp of my drink. So we need to tweak all of these and try and get it to a decent setting. I wasn't going to say this, but I will say this. I'm going to be completely up and front and honest with you, because that's the type of person I am. I do use a website. I'll put a link in the description below with the website. I couldn't think of what I was saying then. And I'll show you how it works now, so that you can get a bit of an idea. Some people say, oh, that's cheating. Some people will go, yay, something that's going to help me. This is all about help. Don't forget, I'm not a race engineer. Race engineers will use computers and God knows what else to get all of this information, as well as their years and years and years and years of training and knowledge. I don't have any of that, so I'm using a website that's going to help me. It won't guarantee you're going to get to 100%, but it will certainly push you in the right direction. So let me quickly show you the website, and then we will do the tweaks that we need to do.
So here it is here. It's f1setup.it. It's really straightforward. First thing you do is select how many cars you want. You can change these names to whatever you want. You can put in the driver's name. I've got 1, 2 and 3 for car 1, car 2 and car 3. You let's come off that. You choose your race that you want to do. So we've gone for here, and then click. It'll come up with something about clearing something. I can't remember what it is. We'll see it when we come up to the next episode for the next race. But then you click load preset, and it'll give you a preset. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of presets. It will give you a preset. You put this information, so that's where I got the numbers for originally for our car. It'll put that information in here. You input it in. You do your race. Once the race is finished, no, not the race, the practice. Once your practice is finished, what you then do is the engineers may change some of this. They may not, but they may. The more of a bad result you get, the more chance that the engineers will pre-change it. Now I'm looking at here, and the engineer hasn't changed a single thing. We'll see if it has for Stroll. So what you do, leave that as it is, because the engineers haven't changed anything. We then need to come over to here and give the feedback that the driver's given. So we've got good, we've got great, we've got great, we've got great, and then we've got good. Then we just click on find setup, and it's going to do some little tweaks. So quite a few tweaks there, and then all we do is put that information back into the car.
So let's go back to here. And we've got that stayed on 4. This has gone up to 11.5. This has gone up to 7.3. This has gone to negative 320, and this has gone to 0.15. So it's done the tweaks there. done. So I was on car 1 on the website. Car 1's done. Oh, cancel. We need to click confirm. We're staying on the hard tyres. So this will reconfigure. If you're just changing the tyres, it'd be quite quick. But because we're doing proper changes with all of the angles and stuff, it's going to take longer. Let's do car number 2. So we need to make sure we flick over to 2 on the website, which I have done. And that's pretty much the same. So 4, 11, 6.4, 3.4 and 5. So the engineers haven't done any changes. However, our results are, as you can see, slightly different. So we've got optimal, we've got great, we've got optimal, we've got great, and then we've got good. We're going to click on find setup, and it's done some little changes. So this one's gone that direction, 11.5. That stayed the same. That's gone to 315 and 15. Now, like I say, this isn't going to guarantee you 100%, but it's hopefully going to push you in the right direction. You can do it manually. Ideally, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get it, you know, within the boxes. For anyone that doesn't want to use the website, this is what you're trying to do. This is on good, so we want to move the bars and try and get it somewhere that's going to be where we need it. It needs to be within the bars. Let's say it was here previously, and it's quite possible it was there previously. I can't remember. We need, if it's bad, we need to move it really far away. Good, quite far away. Great, not so far. And optimal, we want to keep it on there. So these two here, they need to stay where they was. So let me just shuffle these back to where they need to be. 6.4, and that's all you do. You're just moving these bars. And this one was on 0.15. So you can see optimal is in the same place. Optimal's in the same place. Great's moved a little bit. Great's moved a little bit. Optimal's where it is. There may be very little change here, and it is possible it could actually get worse. But that's all fine. Cancel. We're still on the hard tyres. Yep. Right, let's confirm. Right, so they're both done. We just need to wait for these to reconfigure. So let's speed up time. And that's it, ladies and gents. That is the two games: the game of racing and the mini game of playing with the sliders. Someone's run wide. Right, let's go down to 1 speed. That's finished. Let's send you out. And you're done. Let's send you out. We've got 30 minutes pretty much left. We have done so far. Where are we? 13 laps. 30. So we've done 13 laps on these tyres so far. And we've got like 20 odd laps left in the tyres. So that's it. So like I say, you can play around with whatever speed you prefer. You can watch the whole thing if you've got the hours to do it. I like to watch it when I'm kind of in the race and I'm tweaking the different pace, fuel and ERS. But other than that, I will generally just speed it up, because unfortunately I don't have 4.5, 5 hours to sit here going through all of the various different stages of the race. And obviously I'm sure you don't want to sit here watching a video for that long either. So we're just waiting now for the feedback to get 5 out of 5. We won't be able to do 3 sets of this because we won't have enough time, but we can certainly do 2 sets and then go back out and just get a bit more track time done.
Oh, we've had a spin.
Oh, we've had a spin. So yeah, like I say, this isn't the most... Right, I'm going to put two things out there. I'm going to put two things out there. This game is brilliant, or this simulation management is absolutely brilliant for the brain. What I am going to say is it's not the most exciting, you know, type of game. It's not an action.
What's your thoughts, Sebastian, on coming in or doing any more?
Well done. Car was great.
Carl's
Copy,
great.
copy.
Well done. Yeah, it's not the most action-packed, exciting game. I mean, sometimes when you're doing the actual race, it can be a little bit, oh, come on, come on. But yeah, it's not Call of Duty action. Is what I'm trying to say. It's a management game, and all management games are like that. They kind of, it's getting your brain working, and that's what I like. I like games that gets my brain matter working. Right, I'm gonna call him in. We've only got a little bit of time left. In fact, I'm gonna leave him out. Leave him out a little bit longer.
How does it feel?
I'm happy with that. Brilliant. So hopefully the results are going in the right direction. We're not going to be able to do a setup and then come back out again. So let's call you in. And let's call you in. It's just saying that we haven't, or we're coming in before we have finished our active run. Our active run is 20 laps. We're not going to get 20 laps done. But we're going to call them in. And then we can do our reconfiguration in the last couple of minutes of our time. So we're going on car 1. Make sure with the website you're on the right car, because if you change the wrong settings then you're going to mess everything up, and then you're almost going to have to start again. Right, we've gone from good, great, 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 good to great, 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 optimal. So we've improved. It's not 100%, but it's 95%. I'm happy with 95%, but I want to try and get a little bit better. So just going back to the website. Now this is the only thing I'm unsure about with the website. So if anyone has used this website, or if the person that developed this it happens to be watching this, I don't know if they are or not, but if they are, please do let me know, because I'm interested whether I need to do this or if I don't need to do this.
This is the only thing that confuses me. I can, if I have a look at my results here, this is changed to great. So, do I keep the good there and change it to great, or do I get rid of that? That's something I don't know. So, I'm going to get rid of it for him. And, Marlo, why are you... I don't know what you're doing under my feet. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to click off on this guy, but then on strong, I'm going to wait. Right, sorry about that. Sorry about the barking. Couldn't get to my pause button quick enough. Right, so we've gone through this, and like I was saying, I don't know whether I haven't changed this one yet. I don't know whether I have to close that off and then put in the new one, or whether I keep it there and then go from that. I really don't understand. That's something that I don't know. Okay, I might have to watch the video back actually and just see what he does. But yeah, anyway, we've got great, optimal, and then we click on Find Setup, and it's done a little bit of a change. So let's go back over to
the screen. Right, I don't need to go back to the website anymore. Hopefully you've got a bit of an inclination of what I'm actually doing. I was obviously wanting to show you rather than just talking and you're like, what's he actually doing? You can kind of see that's gone up a touch and that stayed the same. Right, so minor tweaks there, only minor ones, but we won't be able to find out until, I keep doing that, until practice 2, and we do need to change the tyres. It's saying confirm. We need to, because we're going, well, at the moment actually it's on, oh, it's still on 20 laps. We need tyres that's going to last 20 laps. So for practice 2, we're going to try medium, so let's confirm. And then we just need to do the same for Stroll, tyres, medium, and car setup. Wow, if I hadn't have recorded this, it would never have happened. Well, actually, that's the wrong way around, because normally if you don't record, it does happen. Optimal on all of them, 100%. That's the first time I've had 100%, guys and girls, so you have witnessed this with me. I've never had 100%. Awesome sauce. So I do not need to do any more changes for this now. All we need to do is get his track and car part knowledge up to 100%. That will then give us 15 out of 15 on our performance bonus. Cool. Confirm. So he now just needs to go out and just get them up. I don't need to do any more tweaks on his car, and hopefully Sebastian will be up there as well. Right, let's fast forward until the end of the race. I'm not sending him out, there's no point.
The checkered flag is now out.
Yes, the checkered flag is now out. Milo is sitting on his bed like he's been a naughty boy. I am trying to get him out of barking, but for some reason, when the gate goes, he just starts barking. Obviously protecting us, but he's not a protection dog. So I don't know why he does it. Right, where are we on here? 19th and 20th on times, but we're on the hard tyres. So we're doing a 139.6 pretty much for both of them. Fraction of a second between the two of them. So that is good news. They're both performing pretty much the same. So I'm actually going to write that down because I'm a nerd when it comes to numbers and stats and stuff like that. 139.6. We'll see what we do on the mediums and then on the softs for P3. Right, continue. So as you can see, we've done some tweaks to his car, so that's saying a question mark. His is 100% because we didn't do any tweaks. Track acclimatization is a bit better for Lance over Sebastian, and the same for the car parts knowledge. Yes, I still can't speak. Performance bonus, so he's on a 10, he's on an 11, so he's got a little bit better. He's just waiting on this. He needs that. Right, let's go. So we're on practice 2. So we've done our changes. We're going to change our tyres to medium. Change our laps to 20. But we did our car setup. That's all correct Mungo. Let me just double check nothing has been tweaked. Yep, that's fine. It's weird though, because when I was playing, just like learning bits and pieces, when I was coming back in, the engineers were changing some of these numbers, but obviously because the stats were so good, they didn't need to do they didn't do any major changes. They've left it for me to do. I think when it's really bad, they do a little bit for you to help you out. Right, that's on that. Right, you're literally just going out and just testing it out. So yeah, we're on 20 laps, aren't we? What? Actually, let me come up to compounds. What are they saying that these can do? 33 laps. Right, I'm actually going to send him out for 30 laps and just see what the degradation is on his tyres, so I can get a bit of an idea for when it comes to the race. Right, let's go to practice 2. We're going to manage. Confirm.
Radio check. Radio check.
Right, send you out.
Okay, 1, 2, loud and clear.
See the Red Bull there. There's Stroll. And let's send Vettel out. Get them out nice and early. Plenty of track time. Get those numbers up. Right, let's fast forward. And it's the waiting game now of getting this down. So generally what I'll do is I'll have... Oh, what's going on here? Who's that?
We can take a look now. Taking a look again, it involves Sebastian Vettel.
Vettel, come on. Get it together, fella. Careful of running wide, yes. Careful of running wide, soldier. Generally what I'll do is, obviously if I'm not recording, is I'll have something playing on YouTube on my other monitor or have the TV on or something, but because I'm recording, I won't have that going on. We'll just sit here and watch together. So I'm watching the deg on his tyres. Obviously we're aiming to do 30 laps. So I'm gonna send him. I'm gonna keep him out for those 30 laps and see what this goes down to. And this is on the standard. So obviously it'll go down quicker if we're on if we go aggressive or attack, which I won't be doing because I want to save a set of mediums. Right, 4 out of 5. Why's my phone ringing? Who's that? Right, let me pause you and quickly answer this phone call. Right, I'm back.
What's your thoughts on coming in or doing any more?
Car was amazing.
Car was amazing.
Yeah.
Right, let's get you in. Confirm. We'll do any final tweaks if we need to, and then it's just a case of going out and getting those laps done. Right, so let's have a look. What are we on? Oh, we've got one great. I don't even know if we're going to be able to change that. Right, engineers have done no changes. So let's go optimal, great, optimal. Fine, setup. It hasn't done any changes on the website, so I'm probably not going to get any more done because to change cornering I need to change one of these. In fact, does this one even change that? Yes, it does. But whatever one I move is going to move the other bars, and the other bars are all on optimal. So obviously, you can't move the bar just for this, which is obviously realistic, but at the same time, I suppose it would be kind of too easy if you could just move the bar for that one. Like if I moved this bar here, it would move this. Then everyone would get optimal. You need to kind of tweak to try and get as much optimal as you can. But I'm okay with that. It's one below optimal, so that's fine. So we're not going to do any changes. We're going to leave it as it is. But what we are going to do is we're going to put Vettel. Right, so we've got, how many laps have we got left? Right, that's the only thing that the screen doesn't show you. It tells you how long. Well, it tells you how long you got left. You need to use a tyre compound with at least 20 laps of use left to be able to do 20 laps. So I've got enough to do 19 laps. Right, let's do that then. We'll leave it on those mediums, so I don't use up a fresh set of mediums. Let's confirm, and then we'll send out. And we're just looking at the tyre deg now. He will come in automatically after he's done the 20 laps on these tyres, and that's one thing that I'm not sure if there's a screen for. Lap tyre history. Oh, here we go. Where are you? Vettel. Right, it's telling me the tyre history. It's not telling me. Right, Lance Stroll. So I can see on him. So he's on 19 laps so far. 19 laps has got me to 49%. 30% is kind of where the limit of they're going to start dropping off really bad. There's my pen. Medium. So let's say 20 laps is going to get me down to 45%. Roughly. Just want a rough estimate, because obviously we're going to be doing a bit of ERS, we might be playing around with the fuel, we may end up playing around with the pace, so it's not going to be consistently on standard. Right, we just need to fast forward now to the end of time. Where are we on now? 22. Yeah, we're not going to get 30 laps out of this. 30% we need to be coming in. We can go lower, go all the way down to 0 if we really want, but it's where they're going to start complaining. Oh, who's crashed? Please not one of us. Ah, no. That's a yellow flag, watch it. Okie dokie. And this is another thing as well, obviously yellow flags are going to slow down, that's going to affect the tyre wear. Okay, let's carry on. Locked up there, trying to keep it steady. Yep, thank you. So, right, he's on 30% now. And we have done 26 laps. So 26, we're down to 30%. So we're not going to.
How many laps am I going to get on these?
we're going to come in and we're going to change the tyres, because we're not going to get 30 laps out of this. Well, we could, but I don't see the point in risking damaging the car.
Strapping in the
Vettel
tires.
is pretty much the same as well.
Copy.
Confirm.
Is it working what we're doing?
Right, let's reconfigure. What we're on 79.48. Okay, we need to get back out again. So let's go tyres, let's go softs. We need to use a tyre compound with at least 30 laps. Oh, that's right, we need to change this. I got confused then. Why does that sound like water splashing? Weird. Right, confirm. I was going to say the softs can do 20 laps, but it's because I was on 30 laps. And that should still be on 20, not on 19. And confirm. We'll send these out for the last 10 minutes or so. Send out. Send out. Right, and this is it now. We'll just do this all the way to the end of P2, and then P3 is just going to be pretty much the same. They're just going to go out, and go out until we get these numbers up to 100%, hopefully. I mean, we've done 2 practices and they're on 51%. So I don't know whether we'll get them up to 100% or not. He should get up to 100% on practice. It's on 58, I don't know. Hopefully. Right, there we go, checkered flag. Speed up time now. I wish there was a button to fast forward to checkered flag, but there isn't. I guess that's a simulation for, but you can't simulate after you've already started. Right, so we've gone from lap time of 139.6 to a 137.5, we'll say, on the mediums. So around about 2 seconds a lap quicker. But we're still bottom of the table, which isn't great. However, 100%, 97%. Hopefully we'll get him up to 15 out of 15. I reckon he could probably be on 14 out of 15. Right, let's continue.
After a day of free practice yesterday, we wrap up with the 3rd and final session before moving on to qualifying. Time and time again, we see just how little separates the drivers as they complete their qualifying laps. Those who have pushed that little bit harder during qualifying can be rewarded with a grid place that sets them apart from their competitors going into the race. Strap yourselves in. This is Formula One.
Yes, this is Formula One. Right, P3 guys. P3. It's going to be a long old video this one, because I'm doing the whole race from start to finish. Right, so we're on the softs. We're going for 20 laps. That is 100%, 100%, 20 laps. We don't need to do any changes. I'm not going to do any changes. It's just all about now getting the thing up. I can simulate, but I'm not going to get the maximum amount out of it. So we are managing again. Like I said, you can simulate if you want to, but we are
Yeah, loud and clear.
not going to do that. Let's send them both out straight away. And we just really need to get these numbers up. So, to save you the pain, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, but I will pause the recording so that it saves a little bit of time, because this is all I'm going to do now. I'm just going to sit here for the next hour. Well, game hour, not real-time hour. So I'll catch up to you towards the end of this practice. I will be at some point obviously coming in and changing tyres. Okay, see you in a second. Okie dokie, right, we're on the last 40 seconds to be precise. Let's turn that volume down a little touch. Right, so set of softs got me around about 19 laps to 30%. So I've got some reasonably good numbers there. Well, not good numbers, but knowledge on the numbers. Soft 19 laps, mediums 26 laps. Hards is the only ones that I didn't make a note of. I wish I had of, but I didn't. As far as our goals, we're not achieved them. We've got our track acclimatization to 100%, but car park knowledge is only on 83%. So I don't know whether, and I won't know this until we play the next season, the next race, sorry, whether that car park knowledge resets or whether it stays where it is. And then if we put a new car part in, you know, if we replace like the suspension as an example, or the underfloor when we change that, whether that will reduce that number. That's something I don't know. I actually can't. I didn't really pay attention, if I'm honest. All I know is after 3 races of when I was doing it with Mercedes, just testing different things out, it was on 100%. So I just assumed that that was after all the practices, it was on 100%. But I can't remember, if I'm honest, what it was on before. So that's something I will have to make a note of, I guess, for the next episode. 84% is what we're going to have, but we're on 100% track, and 5 out of 5 confidence, so that is good enough for me. And the times we got, 137.5, 137.8, 137.7, so 137.5. 137.3 I think was the quickest we've had. Cool. Right, let's continue. We are definitely behind by quite a margin, 1.5, 2 seconds or so. And like I said, 15 out of 15 on bonus there, 14 out of 15 bonus there. So I'm happy with that. It would have been nice to get 15 out of 15, but there we go. So we look over to the right hand side. Before, it was showing all the same numbers. So our bonus distribution control, it's gone 87 to 90, 84 to 87. Basically, that's just, this is for this race. So if this performance bonus was on 0, then our control would be 87, accuracy would be 84, cornering 75, braking 67, and reaction 75. Because we've done all of this practice, it's put those numbers up by 3. Yeah, it's put it up by 3. I don't know whether that'll go up for qualifying. I don't think it would, but we'll see if it does or not. But yeah, there we go. Matter of fact, it can't go up, because it can't go up any higher than that, can it? Whereas his could. 3, 3, 3, 2. So we got 2 for reactions. So we're just missing a bit of reactions there. But that's fine. Let's continue. Now we are going through to the qualifying. Yikes. Right, we don't need to do any changes. Everything's all fine. We need to finish above 15th. Get through to Q2. Again, we can simulate this. We can simulate all the way through to the race. We are going to manage. don't worry, I'm going to speed up the time. We won't be going at slow speed. Fine. Sponsors, what was our goal? To reach Q2 with both of the drivers. Yeah. I didn't think about that one, did I? Didn't think about that one at all. Oh, in fact, no, sorry. That is the generic one. That's the one that the boards are set. What we've said is we'll get at least one person qualifying 15th. Hopefully we can do that. But looking at the times, it's going to be a struggle. For sure. Right, let's we'll send Stroll out now. We'll send out Sebastian when these guys are around about here. So it's always hard on the first go around. The second go around is not so bad because they kind of all leave it till the last minute, and you just want to be at the back of the chain, but not so far back that you don't make it around. You just don't want to have traffic. I'm just watching the cars now. So we've got Leclerc going out. We don't want to go out just yet. Let's go out now. So I've got a little bit of a gap, but I know he's quicker than me, so he's not going to hold me up. Hamilton behind. Potentially he could catch me up and overtake me. Stroll's got enough of a gap to Latifi and no one behind him. But obviously we've got to go all the way around and then get to the point where we're here, and hopefully there's going to be no one in front of us. So let's just speed up till Stroll gets around to here. Russell, we're going to get past Russell, that's fine. Latifi's far enough in front, so we should be good there. We could manage it. I'm just going to leave it on automatic mode. It doesn't seem to make too much of a difference, I don't think. I hope. Because they'll be on maximum. They're not going to be... Nah, you know something? I'm scared. Let's go on to Vettel. Let's confirm. Maximum. And that's on deploy. Yeah. So we're on maximum of all of them. Fine. They'll be on minimum doing the outlap. Then they can switch over to maximum somewhere around about here. And then they go back to minimum again on the in-lap. Right. Stroll is uncontested. Vettel is uncontested. So we should be completely fine for our 2 laps. We'll see the difference between Stroll and Vettel. Now looking at the practice, they was pretty much identical, give or take 1 or 2 hundredths of a second. So we'll see the difference on these two now on the qualifying. Bearing in mind I've got Stroll on automatic mode and I've got Vettel on manual. Shouldn't make a difference because they're both going to be doing exactly the same thing. If I click on this now to go to manual, it's just going to be on these settings here. As far as I know, so the way to timings. Let's go timings 27, 28. That's almost identical. 42. Yeah, they're almost identical. Close you down. Close you down. Right. So Stroll's done a very poor time. Vettel is marginally ahead of him. The difference in the times though, 2.5 seconds. That is just, it's just awful, isn't it? It's just awful. But like I said at the in the last video, when we were setting up the team and everything, this isn't about winning. Anyone can click the I win button and pick the best team and the best driver and make it even better. We're kind of towards the bottom of the table, so to speak, and we're going to work our way up. And it's going to take a good few seasons, I would have thought. And I'm going to stick with it. The plan is, in my head, I'm thinking if I do one video a week. Now, obviously, I would like to turn around and say, oh, I'll do, each time the real F1 is on, I'll do the same on this. But obviously, this is last year, and I don't know whether this is going to correlate with what's going on in the real F1. What I will do, can I can't look at it now, can I? Stand in events. What I'm going to do is, after this race is finished, is I'm going to look at the calendar. I'm going to look at the F1 for this, the real F1 for this year, and see whether I can catch up to the F1, the real F1, and then every time there's an F1 on that weekend, do the same race. But I don't know whether it's going to, if they'll both tie in. Right. Anyway, let's talk in. Let's change tyres. Right. We're not going to get into Q3. Let's just be realistic. We're not going to get into Q3. So we need to just focus on getting into Q2. That is our main focus. We need to get one person into Q2. At least one person. Ideally, we want both of them to get through. But we're not going to get to Q3. It's just near on impossible. Because we're already at the bottom and we've still got 7 drivers to go through. Yikes. Right, let's just see how bad we're going to be. Once everyone's done, it'd be nice if... oh, there we go. We're already dropping down. Stroll 17th. Yeah. Oh dear Lord. This is bad. Right. So this is the point now where you can gamble. You can go back out now. Going to probably do a similar time, and we're going to be probably in a similar place. Or you wait for everyone to go out, and then you tag in the back and hope that you time it right, so that you don't catch the person in front up. Now, ideally, I would like these bunch of people here, the slower ones. I say slower, they're really the slowest, but these slower ones and the ones behind us, Album and Latifi, to all go out. There goes Latifi. Sonoda. Leclerc. Who's that? Bottas, is it? So we've got some people going out now. Now, lap time, on obviously going fast past here, is 1 minute 37. We're going from the garage and out, so that's going to add on 20 to 30 seconds to get to this point here. So ideally we need to be going out around about now. But everyone's all going out. We've only got, who's this here? Albon's poop. We're going to leave this until the last possible second. Right, we're going to go with Vettel first now, and I'm going to send you out at 2:05. I'm going to give you a bit of room. Now, right, quite possibly that's too late. Quite possibly. Depends on if you can get up to speed. It might be just cutting it just a bit fine, but I wanted to have enough space. I mean, track rubber is low, so it's not like I'm waiting for them to all put rubber down for me. I just wanted the fresh air and everyone else to be, I mean, it's going to be a tiny bit more rubber than being at the front. And all I can do now is just pray. This is the outlap. First of all, I'm praying that Stroll's going to get round in time. 8, 7, 6, 5, 2. Yes, we are safe. Very, very close there. Very, very close indeed. Right, now it's just all down to lap times. What's Latifi doing? Latifi no change. Sonoda, I don't know what he was on before. Schumacher's got a penalty for something. These are all finished. I just need Albon to, who's going to be just before Vettel. Oh no. Oh, they're on automatic. I was just thinking then, if they was on manual and I just had a bit of a moment then. I actually thought for a second I was on manual and they was on really slow mode. That would have been embarrassing. Right, come on, we've got a green sector, we've got 2 green sectors. Vettel, no, Vettel's not made it. It's all down to Stroll. Stroll, baby, come on, you can do it. Please just get 15th. That's all you got to do. 15th, mate, 15th. Not done it. We haven't got any of them into Q2. Well, lost a little bit of money. And the board's not going to be happy with me. But there we go. That is a shame. Disappointing, I think's what I want to think there.
The grid is packed and there's electricity in the air. But there's no surprises in that. It's race day.
Aston Martin did a good job during qualifying, and they're pretty much where everyone expected them to be on the grid. Now, it's up to them to defy expectations during the race itself. AlphaTauri's qualifying results were in line with the targets set out for the team. They certainly have the potential to achieve a good result here today. And the sun is shining bright here today. This is perfect weather for teams and drivers alike to show us what they're capable of.
But which team has perfected the strategy that will see them prevail today? Here at the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Everyone might have expected us to be there. I was hoping that we wouldn't have been there. So we didn't reach Q2, and we obviously didn't qualify. So we've actually lost 22,000 there, and we didn't get anything. We didn't get a single penny for our qualifying. Race targets: 2 drivers to finish 15th or better. Well, we couldn't qualify, so now we're going to have to rely on strategy and hope that people crash and potentially a safety car or virtual safety car to pull back some of this 22,500 that we have lost. Right, let's continue. Right, this is it now. So, oh, sorry, go back. So, similar to the practice where we can do changes here, but obviously we're not going to. What I am going to do is I'm going to take 2 laps of fuel out to make it a little bit lighter. You may be thinking, but why would you do something so stupid? We're at the back of the grid. In fact, I'm even going to go for 3 laps. We're at the back of the grid. We're not going to be overtaking anyone straight away. So I'm going to go on a fuel usage of low to begin with. That means that we can recover our fuel loss over the first bunch of laps, and then we'll be in a better position because our car will be lighter. That's what's going through my head as I can hear Milo snoring in the background. Looks like he's having a dream. Compounds. Now, let's have a think about this. Strategy. We could go long as we possibly can before we change. We've got the options to go on whatever compound we want. So I'm thinking, let's add a new strategy. We'll compare it with the other ones. Lap 1, we go on for hard tyres. We already know, we don't know. I didn't make a note of it. It was a good. It was good 40 laps or so, wasn't it? Which is pretty much what it's saying here. Right, in fact, let's compare this. Mediums, we got to 26. That's saying 34. So that's saying 34. This is what this game. It's another mini game. Sorting out the strategy. I'm not a qualified F1 strategist, but I kind of do it my way, if that makes sense. What this is saying that it can do, and where we got to before it fell off, is an 8-lap difference. So we got to lap 26. Lap 26 was here. Lap 20, we was on 45%. Yeah? If we go to softs, lap 19, we was on 30%. Mediums, 26. So yeah, it's literally just dropped below this grey line. So if we compare that to the hards, we should be able to do 30 laps. Maybe 31 laps before we need to change the tyres. If we go for a slower pace, we should be able to go 36 laps. We're at the back of the grid. We're not going to be going fast for the first bunch anyway. We're not going to overtake like 20 people. So my thinking is, for Vettel, is we're going to go on hards until lap 35. Then we're going to switch on to lap 35, I said, didn't I? Then we're going to switch over to mediums. So once we've added that in, it's going to give us our times here. So I just want to play around with this. 35, 34, 33, 34. So that seems to be the optimal time to swap over. So that's 31 as far as tyre deck. Now let's have a look at the softs. So 35, 52, 20, 18, 16, 14, 35. So that's all 35s. 35, 8 is the best. Mediums, we can go down to 34, 53. So 1 minute 34, 53. And that is hard to 31. And then to medium. Right. Let's create strategy D, and then we're just going to look at this. So if we select you, this is going to make it almost the same. 34, 53, 34, 11. So 1 minute 34 seconds. Is that 1 hour 34? So 42 seconds quicker, 40 seconds quicker, 56 seconds quicker. So they're all quicker, but it's less change. And the good thing is, if there is a safety car, I can come in, change it, change the tyre, and change the strategy onto a new strategy. Right, that's what we're going to do for Vettel. Is it going to work? I have no idea. I mean, yes, potentially that's the quickest one for us to do, and I'm kind of thinking 40 seconds is a big chunk of time, but I'm sticking with my decision. Right, let's go over for you, sir, and we're going to stick with one of these plans here, whichever one is the quickest. 33, 34, 34. That is the quickest one. So that is Vettel, and then Stroll. I was going to say Hamilton then. So 1 minute 33:57. So it's about a minute quicker going on this strategy. About a minute quicker. We shall see whether that pans out or not. We shall see. Wonder 1:33:57. 1:33:57. I'm actually going to give you full fuel just because he's driving slower, so he's going to be able to save up fuel. 1:33. It's not made any difference on the lap time. Right, that's the plan. That's the strategy. That's what we're going for, guys. Will it work? We won't know until the end. Got two completely different strategies. He's got less fuel, hard tyres starting off. He's starting off on soft. Let's find out, eh? Let's start the race.
Clear skies tonight, with the drivers having now arrived at their grid positions. And there's Sebastian Vettel. With their starting position in the back 10, they'll have their work cut out for them. There's Lance Stroll, down the grid. They'll be starting the race from the bottom half of the grid.
Yeah,
So
we know that, thanks.
to make up. Will their hard work pay off today?
Who only knows, eh? Who only knows?
And this is it, the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's
Lights out.
Away we go.
Cool. So very similar to the practice and the qualifying. To be fair, we've got all of our different tabs we can look at. We can control our pace. We can look at our parts. We can change our pit options. We can retire the car if we need to. We can say don't fight teammate and hold car behind. We can look at all of this stuff. Okay, so that is all of the information that we've got on there. Here's our track conditions. It really now is just watching the race. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go, because it is lunchtime, I'm going to feed Milo. I'm going to make myself something to eat as well. While we watch the initial start of this race. And then what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to go to who and say don't fight teammate and hold cars back. Let Stroll overtake potentially. Right, Stroll's gone past, so I'm just going to leave those settings on there. Yeah, I'm going to make Milo some lunch, make myself some lunch, come back, and then we will tinker around with the speed. Because I'm not going to sit here for an hour and a half. I'm sure you don't want to sit here for another hour and a half because it's already been an hour and a half. Watching the cars go around. So yeah, I will be back momentarily. Well, a few minutes anyway.
Engines.
This is good. That's it.
You are joking.
So DRS is enabled now.
What your face? You understand why?
Let's focus.
Come on.
This is good. Come on.
job. Keep pushing.
Alrighty, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. Right, what are we on? Lap 9. Vettel is 100 miles behind. Stroll isn't much better. But yeah, this is going to be a struggle, isn't it? This is going to be a struggle for sure. Right, first things first, let's put you onto balanced. Fuel.
No saving required.
We need to keep you on this because we obviously gave you less laps. So that's all fine and dandy. 82% on softs, 85% on hards. Right, let's speed up time until something significant happens, or what's the 42 seconds we're going to be getting lapsed in the next few laps. Right, let's go. And I'm just going to leave this on this. Should we have some let's have some background music playing, because it's very quiet, isn't it? Let's listen to this. If it'll play. Is it gonna play? Why are you not playing? Well, that is very bizarre. For some reason, my Spotify is not playing. Okay, well, sorry, no music. I'm afraid. Matter of fact, what I can do, let us. I don't know what this is going to be like. Here, we'll listen to this. I don't know what it's going to be like, so hopefully it's not awful music. Turn you up, turn you down.
This is good.
Right, hopefully that's not deafening for you guys. A little bit of background music just to take away the fact that I am not going to be doing too much talking, and let's speed it back up again. And just as I say that, it's pit option times. Right, let's have a look. Open pit. Right, so this is the current time we're on. We're at 44%. Got about 10 laps left. Got laps left in it. And we're going on to mediums next, aren't we? So yeah, let's do it. Let's stick with the plan. Let's stick with the plan. If anything, Vettel's the one that I'm going to be playing around with because he's so bad at the moment. Right, let's pick this lap.
Box this lap.
Okay, I'm happy to box.
push when you're ready.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I've just put his stats up just until he pits. Try and make up a little bit of room, a little bit of time on this last lap, and then we'll put them back down again.
Yeah, take it easy.
Copy.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Copy.
Right, let me finish munching my lunch. We're coming into the pit strategy time now. The white line, from what I gather, is telling us what we have done, and obviously the yellow line is what we are predicting. The tyre wear is going to be pretty good, so I'm actually going to go a bit more aggressive because we're 100 miles behind everyone else.
We just need to push now.
Copy.
And we came in with about 41% of tyre left, and I worked out that we would have been at about 35%, because that would have been about 30% there. So the tyre deck has actually been pretty okay, bizarrely enough, compared to practice. So I don't know whether that's just because it's a bit cooler or what. However, we can afford to push. You can see how it's kind of peaking up a little bit here. So by the time we get down here, it's going to look something similar to this. And that means that we're not getting the most out of our tyre. Now, Stroll, currently in 15th. Everyone's pitted now, I think, haven't they? Yeah, everyone's done their first lots of pits. We've got the best set of mediums. So, Stroll will be able to do a bit of pushing, but I am currently 17 seconds behind Norris. Make that 18 seconds. We're not performing at all. We are not performing at all. So, strategy. If we were to change this to... We go more aggressive. Change that to mediums. And then bring this down. It's not making it any quicker, is it? No. Okay, alright, we'll just stick with what we're doing, I guess. We're just not making... I don't understand why we are doing so bad. We're saying that. Qualifying was like 2.5 seconds behind. So yeah. This is just going to be a case of just trying to get our car and drivers as good as we possibly can this season. So hopefully next season we can be in a chance of gaining some points. Right, let's go back to the speeding up. Vettel's going to be the next one in. Currently in 19th. And let's... what are we going on to next? We're on hard, we're going on to mediums. Next, we've got 2 sets of mediums, so we could potentially do a medium soft or medium medium rather than what we're currently doing, because it's just not working, is it? We're so far behind. We're going to come out last, and we just push hard. Change the strategy. That's what we're doing. Let's attack.
So we think box.
Let's just push hard. Oh, sorry about that.
Use everything from the tyres, use everything.
I just don't know what else we can do here. What does the strategy suggest? Well, not suggest, but come up with. If we was to... Oh, well, that's what we're on. Yeah, that's what we're on. What if we was to do... So we're coming in now. That's 31. What if we was to do... Just go all out on that. And then go for a set of softs. It's gonna knock off 15 seconds. Whack it on that. Playing this mini game again. Right, that's the best I can get out of that. Create strategy B. It's 16 seconds quicker. Let's change strategies. Don't know if that's going to make much of a difference, but we'll see. Maybe I should have stuck with one of the other strategies instead of doing this what I did, but it is what it is. Can't change my mind now. Right, let's go. Right, this is the strategy. Let's see what happens, eh? Take them off. Where have we got? Where's our driver? Stroll's there, and Vettel is all the way back here. God, like half a lap behind, if not more. Okay, right. Let's see what happens over the next 20 laps. Right, I'm going to push Stroll a little bit because he's only 8 seconds behind. Oh, he was 8 seconds behind before, wasn't he? Schumacher and Norris, they're fighting each other. We're due to come in. Let's go attack. Let's go deploy. Let's go all out
Do the best you can.
on this lap. We're boxing this lap, aren't we? Well, we should have boxed last lap actually. We're going on to a set of softs, or do we go on to a set of mediums and push harder? "24 laps, 33 laps. We're going to have I'm going to go on to set of mediums. I'm going to push hard. Going on to set of mediums is going to give me more flexibility on tyre deck.
Box. Oh.
Okay, I'm happy to box.
Yeah, soft, medium, medium. Okay. Change the strategy, but hopefully it'll pay off. Right, Vettel is 100 years behind everyone. Where are we now? Where are we?
Yeah.
Rears are hot. Right, Stroll's there, he's coming in soon. Vettel's all the way back here. He may catch up Albon. He's not going to catch up anyone else. Pretty much. We've had 4th place lappers. So we've had Sainz, Verstappen, Perez and Leclerc lappers. Russell and Bottas and Hamilton are on the way to lappers as well. Doing terrible, mate. We are doing terrible. Right, Stroll in. We're pretty much pushing Stroll. Ricardo was in the pits as well, so that's good. That slowed him down a touch. Although we're going to be miles behind now. Crap. Crapola. Don't know if this is going to work. Really don't. We've been lapped by first and second. Perez is coming up to lap us as well. Right, let's go aggressive. We'll leave that on there, and let's go neutral on that. And where are you? Vettel, you're all the way there. You're going to pit this lap. Pit options, I'm going on to... Right there, right there. Strategy. Oh, we're on the new strategy, yeah, we're going to soft, aren't we? Yeah, that's right. I can't remember what we was doing then. Pit options. Soft. Pick this lap.
Box.
Push this lap.
Use energy if you need it.
Copy.
So there. Let's face it, we're not going to get in the top 15 with Vettel. This is all about just him getting better with the car, I guess, and not coming last. More importantly, not to come in last would be a nice result. Right, Stroll should be coming. No, Stroll's been in. Sorry.
Pit lane.
Copy.
Right,
So
there
use
goes
pit limiter.
Vettel. Latifi's all the way back there, so yeah, we're not going to come last unless obviously something drastically goes bad. But we're getting lapped by so many people. We need a safety car. That's what we need, so we can at least be up with people. But no safety car in this race. I don't think anything happened when I was making mine old lunch. Right, let's push to the end now, isn't it? See what we can do. Stroll 17th. Paris and Leclerc right on my buttocks. Obviously going past. I don't think we're going to catch these two up here. Look how far behind we are. It's just not going to happen, is it? We need these two to have a problem. Oh well. It is what it is for this race, unfortunately. I would have liked to have at least achieved my sponsorship goal, but that's just not happening. Like I say, I need a crash now. Bring the safety car out.
Need a charger.
Oh, crap. Harvest. And we'll harvest you as
You
well.
just need a charge up.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. Yes, Vettel. Right, let's go for balanced on you. Vettel locked up, yeah. Yeah, we're just not making any headway, we're actually going slower. Phil, what are you doing? Right, let's go standard on you because I feel clearly you're having issues.
To back off.
Copy.
Vettel, where's 20th? Nice. We've still got plenty of space behind us. Stroll, 16 seconds. Right, Stroll's just not making any headway on these two here. So yeah, 17th and 19th it's going to be for Aston Martin. We just need to work on making the car better. Unfortunately. Right, so I'm thinking what I'm going to do, because oh, I didn't have a look, did I? At the end of this race, I'm going to have a look to see upcoming F1 races in real life and what's on the plan on here. See whether I can tie them in, and I might do record another episode tonight, and then upload it in a few days' time. Because I'm back in work tomorrow night for 4 nights, and then I'm only off for 3, and then I'm back in for 5, so I'm not going to get much recording gameplay time on my next 3 days off, but then I'm off for 4 after that.
Yeah,
So
okay.
in for 4, off for 3, in for 5, off for 4. So I need to kind of maximise my time off and do some recordings where I can. I didn't realise I was on the last lap. Right, let's conserve you.
Yeah,
Try
take it
and
easy.
make sure I actually get over the finish line and finish, otherwise that will be embarrassing. Going from 17th to last, or DNF as it will be. Right, final lap. Sainz, Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez, Hamilton, Bottas, Russell. Magnussen and Alonso are fighting it out. Is it going to be Magnussen, Alonso, and Mick Schumacher?
A solid performance there from Lance Stroll. Aston Martin had a good enough weekend, but there's still some margin for improvement here.
Really?
Yes, this was a contrasted performance, but there were some good moments. There is promise here of great things down the line.
With the race wrapped up, the team is ranked in 9th in the constructor standings.
The teams now look ahead to the next round, where they'll duel it out in the sand dunes of Saudi Arabia.
I disagree with everything that they just said then. We didn't have a good race, we didn't have a good weekend. Yes, I got the guys stats up, but that was about it really. As far as the race, it was dreadful. Right, Lance Stroll made a pace, so well done. Sebastian lost 2 places, so not well done. But at least we didn't get 2 lapped like Latifi did. So yeah, not a result that I wanted at all. But the focus, like I said in the last video and in this video, the focus isn't on winning. The focus is on making the car better so that we can perform better next season, and hopefully have a better performance in upcoming races. I would at least like to try and get in the top 15 with at least one driver. And preferably both drivers by the end of the season. That's kind of my short-term goal. Long-term goal, obviously, getting to the top. But it's not going to happen any time soon. So here's our competitors, basically. These 4 here. Potentially, I'm not even going to put we'll put Alpine in there. I'm not going to put the Haas in there. So Williams, McLaren, AlphaTauri and Alpine, that's the ones I'm going to compete with and try and be better than. Right, continue. Right, so these are the driver points. Obviously, we didn't get any for Hulkenberg. Basically, the way it works for points for your reserve driver, they can only do practice 1, and that is it, and they'll gain their points that way. They can get a maximum of 500 points with a growth potential multiplier, and that's it. And then they will gain experience on that. And then once they got enough experience, it then gives them the point where you can put it in. Can't click on them. Okay, continue. Right, let's see. So we still got our sponsor base rates, but we did lose the 22,667 for our performance guarantees, which we didn't gain. No driver bonuses for either one. So we still got almost 4 million from sponsorships. So it's not a bad day at the office, I guess.
They've locked up and gone out. Straight on. Who's that just crashed? Is that a lockup? That sounds like someone's gone wide there. Who's running wide there? I think we've had a car run wide. And a new position just gained by Williams. Oh, big lockup there. Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place. And there's an overtake from...
Right, I don't know what that was all about. Weird bug with commentary all coming out at the same time. I had to pause the recording. It went on for about another 20 seconds or so, but it stopped. Right, well, I'm going to leave the rest of this. I'm going to save this now. Let's click save. New save. And that's that done. So I'm going to leave this here, and we will continue on the next episode. So see whether we can actually do a bit better than I have done in this episode. So, yeah. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell, and I shall see you in the next episode. Goodbye.